Hello, everybody. I'm Ed Robinson, and welcome to the season finale of Extra Base Hit. This is the program that gets you caught up on anything and everything happening around the world of Major League Baseball. On this edition of the program, we'll recap the 2024 World Series between the New York Yankees and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Plus, we have your season award winners and so much more. But first, as always, I like to start off with my top three storylines. So my first storyline, in case you've been living under a rock, Juan Soto. Since Juan Soto has been in Major League Baseball, he has made an immediate impact in such a short amount of time. He has been to 4 straight All-Star games. He's been to 2 as a member of the Washington Nationals. Also, he went to 1 as a member of the San Diego Padres. And then this past season, he went to 1 as a member of the New York Yankees. His first one as a member of being a member of an American League team. 4 straight All-Star appearances. He won a World Series championship in 2019 with the Washington Nationals. 3-time All Major League Baseball first team, also All Major League Baseball second team, 5-time Silver Slugger Award winner, and won the National League Batting Championship in the shortened COVID year of 2020. And then just recently, being a member of his one and only season with the New York Yankees, playing in the World Series, unfortunately falling short to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Juan Soto, in such a short amount of time, has been a talent, one of the rising stars in Major League Baseball, and one of the premier talents in Major League Baseball. Well, guess what? As they say, the cream continues to rise to the top. Juan Soto and the New York Mets both agreed on a 15-year, get this, $765 million contract. Yeah, you heard the words that came out of my mouth. 15 years, $765 million contract. Juan Soto agreed to terms with the New York Mets, and this is the largest contract, not only in Major League Baseball history, but this is the largest contract in professional sports. That's more than Patrick Mahomes' contract. That's more than when Cristiano Ronaldo signed his deal. This is huge, man. 15 years, $765 million. I mean, hey, Juan, if you happen to be listening to this show, I might be a cousin of yours. I don't know, but nevertheless, the New York Mets, they rolled out the red carpet for him, and there was an intense bidding war for Juan. The New York Yankees were looking to re-sign him. They made a comparable offer to Juan. Also, the Toronto Blue Jays and the Boston Red Sox, they were in the mix as well. Now, there's some stipulations, there's some clauses in the contract. One of the clauses that was revealed is that Soto can opt out after the 5th year of the contract. So, also, in addition to Soto opting out after year 5 of the contract, there's a no-trade clause in the contract. And there's going to be a signing bonus of $75 million. So, man, I mean, no matter what, there's plenty of Juan Soto will never have to worry about anything financially for the rest of his life here on earth, man. And the New York Mets, they're continuing to capitalize on that magnificent season that they had. And so now you have Juan Soto as a member of the New York Mets, alongside with Francisco Lindor. 2 key free agents need to be locked down for the Mets. What are they going to do with Pete Alonso and Sean Manaea? Pitching was the one thing that hurt the Mets during the year, and especially in the postseason, and with the Mets falling short to the Los Angeles Dodgers in the National League Championship Series. That was the one thing that hurt them was pitching. Now, they did sign Clay Holmes. Big step up for the Mets. They lost Luis Severino. Severino heads out to the West Coast, Glen, and now the Mets, out goes Severino, in comes Clay Holmes. Holmes, a former New York Yankee, he signed a 3-year deal with them. So that's the start of what's to come for the New York Mets. I mean, hey, they got the biggest fish in the pond, right? Last year, the biggest fish in the pond was Shohei Ohtani. The Los Angeles Dodgers, they rolled the dice to get him. This year, the biggest fish in the pond is Juan Soto, and the New York Mets making a big step to try to capitalize on what they did this past season. So as I stated earlier, now that you've added Soto, you've already got Francisco Lindor, and you got Mark Vientos. Now what's next with the Pete Alonso situation? And what are they going to do in terms of pitching? They've added Clay Holmes. What about Sean Manaea? Edwin Diaz, he's not going anywhere anytime soon. He's one of the best closers in the business. And, I mean, when you get a once-in-a-lifetime talent like Juan Soto, it's truly amazing. Again, you've got a guy that is a power hitter, a home run hitter, a guy that can play defense like nobody's business. I mean, I don't know how much. I know if you thought Mets tickets for the 2025 season was going to skyrocket after what they did this past season, now that they've signed Soto, oh, man, those ticket sales are really going to go through the roof. And, yeah, there's the other team in New York, the Yankees. We'll talk about them in just a little bit. But, man, the Mets, boy, they rolled out the red carpet. They rolled the dice in a major way. And the Mets, people are going to start talking about the Mets between, at least for the next, I'll give them the next decade. The Mets, if you thought the Mets were relevant in this past postseason, in this past playoff run, the next decade is going to be something else. You've got Soto, you've got Lindor, you've got Vientos. You gotta try your best to bring Polar Pete back, Pete Alonso. And I'm sure the Mets will do anything and everything to try to bring him back. David Stearns in the front office, he will do everything he can to try to get Pete Alonso back and then continue to refine the rotation. You try to bring back Sean Manaea, and you've already got Clay Holmes, and then Edwin Diaz is a lock already at the closer position. But, man, the New York Mets and Juan Soto agree on a record-breaking 15-year, $765 million contract with a $75 million signing bonus, no trade clause, and he can opt out of the deal after the fifth year, which basically means, when I say opt out, that means that after the fifth year he can stay in the contract and opt back in, or he can opt out, become a free agent, and see what free agency is all about. But, man, this is big. Not just Mets fans, but baseball fans are really excited about Juan Soto and or what's bound to happen with the team, not in the Bronx, but the team out of Queens, New York, and the New York Mets. And remember, Juan Soto is just getting started. He's only 26. Insane. That's a lot of zeros. It's a lot of dollars, but, man, it's a lot of talent that comes with Juan Soto. And we talk about the rising stars and the current superstars in Major League Baseball taking it to the next decade and beyond. Fernando Tatis Jr., Shohei Ohtani, Juan Soto. I mean, he stays in the number one market in the country, New York City, but instead of going back to the Bronx, it's going to be playing in Queens. And, man, Mets fans are excited, and baseball fans are going to be excited as well because, man, this is definitely the best is yet to come for the New York Mets. Carlos Mendoza, I know he's got to be ecstatic. If he thought year one as the Mets manager was going to be exciting, you wait until year two when you get Soto, Lindor, Vientos. Oh yeah, and then also if you get Pete Alonso back, man, that is going to make a world of difference for the New York Mets. And who knows, maybe next year in the 2025 season, we may have the Subway Series. We almost had the Subway Series last year, Mets-Yankees. We were close this year. We may have it next year or we could have it for the next 3 to 5. Who knows? But the New York Mets, man, they definitely got themselves a once-in-a-lifetime generational talent. Juan Soto agrees to a 15-year, $765 million contract with the New York Mets. My next storyline is going to be the New York Yankees. So the Yankees, they fell short on bringing back Juan Soto, and it's going to be tough for the Bronx Bombers. But if there's any silver lining with the Yankees, they've got Giancarlo Stanton and they've got Aaron Judge, the American League MVP. We'll get more into all the season awards and things of that nature in just a little bit, but you've got Giancarlo Stanton, you've got Aaron Judge, Garrett Cole. He re-signed a massive contract to stay with the Yankees. The Yankees are going to be contenders at least for the next, I give them the next 5 to 10, honestly. And I know Juan Soto would have made a huge difference had he decided to stay in the Bronx. He's staying in New York, but he's going to go play for the team in Queens, the Mets. But as far as the Yankees are concerned, they fell short in the World Series, losing in 5 games. Aaron Judge was nowhere to be found. And the Yankees, again, they banked on getting Juan Soto, bringing him back. That didn't happen. However, they were able to re-sign Garrett Cole, and they're looking to make changes during this long off-season. And the Yankees, they should be back, but they're going to have a lot of competition. The Cleveland Guardians, they're no scrubs. The Toronto Blue Jays are no scrubs. The Boston Red Sox, they're going to have something to say about this as well. The Texas Rangers, the Seattle Mariners, the Houston Astros, they're going to have something to say about that. But as far as the Yankees is concerned, disappointing World Series appearance. A lot was expected out of Aaron Judge, and he failed to deliver in this, really not just in the World Series, but really in all of this whole postseason. Giancarlo Stanton, he held his own for the Yankees, but it was a tough break for New York, not only losing the World Series, but most importantly, losing it at your home field at Yankee Stadium. And a lot of changes are going to be made for the Bronx Bombers, and certainly they'll have to try to get it together for 2025, because if they don't, the team over in Queens could have something to say about that. And let's just say they got a very unique player and a very talented player in Juan Soto. And for my last storyline is going to be the World Series champion, Los Angeles Dodgers. So as I stated earlier, this year, the biggest fish in the pond was Juan Soto with the New York Mets signing him to that massive contract. Last year, the Dodgers got the biggest fish in the pond with Shohei Ohtani. And you talk about money well spent. Shohei showed up and showed out this whole postseason, not just in the divisional series, not just in the championship series, but in the World Series. He battled through injuries, but Shohei did his thing at the beginning of the postseason. The World Series, it was all about Freddie Freeman, who won the World Series MVP. And it wasn't just about Freddie Freeman. It was all about guys like, how about Tommy Edman? Tommy Edman had such a fantastic postseason that the Dodgers rewarded him with a contract extension, and definitely well-deserved. Teoscar Hernandez playing at such a high level. And let's not talk about in the bullpen, Walker Buehler, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Blake Trinan. The Dodgers were just awesome on the side of the diamond, right? Offense, defense, batting, hitting, pitching. Everything was good. Everything was where it needed to be for the Dodgers. It was just destiny. It was destined for them to win. It was just destined for the Dodgers to win this World Series. Everything fell into place when they got Shohei Ohtani during this last offseason. And the Dodgers never looked back, having the best record in all of Major League Baseball. And they kicked butt and took names. And, I mean, that's what happened. They kicked butt. They took names. The Dodgers, everybody handled their business. Again, Shohei got hurt. Everybody else stepped up to the plate. Those names that I mentioned earlier, like a Freddie Freeman and Teoscar Hernandez, Tommy Edman and company. Man, what job well done by the Los Angeles Dodgers all around, and job well done again by the Dodgers manager, Dave Roberts. Phenomenal job. So much talent on that team. I don't see the Dodgers going anywhere anytime soon. They're just a phenomenal team. They're a great team to watch, and especially when you've got, I mean, I'll come out and say it. The best player in the game right now, the best baseball player in the world with Shohei Ohtani. It doesn't get any better than this, man. It's just so good, so phenomenal. The Dodgers came in, handled their business, and again, that series that they had with the New York Mets in the National League Championship Series, that was fun to watch. I think we're going to have a lot more Dodgers and Mets National League Championship Series games. I think at least for the next decade, when you've got Shohei, Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Juan Soto, Francisco Lindor and company. Man, the Dodgers just handled. I mean, Dodgers and Mets is going to be fun for a long time. But in the meantime, congratulations to this year's World Series champions, Los Angeles Dodgers. Oh, and also, too, the Dodgers added to their pitching rotation. They wound up signing free agent Blake Snell. Blake played for the Tampa Bay Rays, San Diego Padres, and the San Francisco Giants. So we shall see what 2025 will bring for the Los Angeles Dodgers. All right, so that takes care of my top three storylines. And now let's recap the 2024 World Series. So the 2024 World Series was the Los Angeles Dodgers going up against the New York Yankees. And we had the big market teams. New York, the number one market in the country, going up against the number two market in the country, Los Angeles. And New York and L.A., night and day. But we had a lot of star power in this World Series, but it was just total domination by L.A. from start to finish. So Game 1 took place at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, and the Dodgers would beat the Yankees 6-3. The winning pitcher was Blake Trinan, and the losing pitcher was Jake Cousins. Hitting home runs in this game for the New York Yankees was Giancarlo Stanton, and for the Dodgers, Freddie Freeman. Also contributing to some of the offense in this game was Teoscar Hernandez. Also, you had Mookie Betts contributed. Also, Tommy Edman played a big role in the first game of the World Series. But again, the final score was Los Angeles Dodgers 4, the New York Yankees 1. And also, too, Game 1 of this World Series, the Freddie Freeman home run. Freddie Freeman, the game went into extra innings. It wound up going to 10 innings. And for those of you that are baseball aficionados like myself, for those of you that remember the 1988 World Series, Kirk Gibson, Game 1 of the World Series, he hit the walk-off home run, and that's what Freddie Freeman did in Game 1. Had the moment with the Game 1 walk-off home run, and it made the difference. As again, the Dodgers were able to beat the Yankees in Game 1, 4-1. So in Game 2 of the World Series, the game was in L.A., and it was a close game, but the Dodgers would hold on to beat the Yankees 4-2. So the winning pitcher for the Dodgers was Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and the losing pitcher was Carlos Rodon. And getting the save was Alex Vesia. And hitting home runs for the Yankees was Juan Soto. And hitting home runs for the Dodgers, Teoscar Hernandez, Freddie Freeman, and Tommy Edman. So the series shifted over to the East Coast for Game 3 in the Bronx in New York. And again, this was another close game, but Dodgers hold on to beat the Yankees 4-2. The winning pitcher for the Dodgers, Walker Buehler. The losing pitcher, Clark Schmidt. Hitting home runs for the Yankees, Alex Verdugo. And hitting home runs for the Dodgers, Freddie Freeman. Man, Freddie Freeman had one heck of a series. Freddie Freeman was definitely in his bag for this game, and it was truly phenomenal how he played throughout this whole series. And again, the final score was the Dodgers beating the Yankees 4-2 in Game 3. Game 4, series remains in the Bronx. This was the game that the Yankees had to have, and they got it. I mean, the Yankees just went on a tear offensively. New York would win 11-4. The winning pitcher was Clay Holmes. The losing pitcher, Daniel Hudson. Hitting home runs for the Dodgers, Freddie Freeman and Will Smith. And hitting home runs for the Yankees is Austin Wells, Gleyber Torres, and Anthony Volpe. So that took care of Game 4. So now, and then it was another elimination game for the Yankees. Could the Yankees hold off and win this game and possibly send it back to L.A. for Game 6? Well, unfortunately, that wasn't the case. It was a very close game, but L.A. would hold on to beat New York 7-6 to win this year's World Series. The winning pitcher was Blake Trinan. The losing pitcher was Tommy Canley. And getting a save for the Dodgers, Walker Buehler. And hitting home runs for the Yankees, Aaron Judge, Jazz Chisholm Jr., and Giancarlo Stanton. And again, the Dodgers, they didn't hit any home runs in the deciding Game 5, but they had a lot of contributions from that offense with the likes of Kike Hernandez, Tommy Edman. Also, you had Mookie Betts and Teoscar Hernandez, and of course, Freddie Freeman. And the Dodgers, I mean, it was destined for them to win the World Series this year, and they were truly phenomenal. And again, the final score in the fifth and final game, LA 7, New York 6. So the Dodgers win the series in five games, 4-1. And the MVP of this year's World Series from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Freddie Freeman. And man, Freddie Freeman had a postseason, had a playoff run for the ages, especially this World Series. He was on point and he was on money. And again, congratulations to Dave Roberts and the Los Angeles Dodgers on winning the 2024 World Series. And man, baseball, if you did not have an opportunity to watch this year's World Series or really the entire season or even the playoffs, you missed out on a lot. It was just drama on top of drama on top of drama, but in a good way, though. And the best is definitely going to be yet to come. We're going to see Major League Baseball enjoy that renaissance, enjoy that revival where more and more people will start watching again. The Dodgers, the Dodgers are back in the fold. Well, they've been back in they've been popular for quite a while now, but now you've got Shohei Ohtani and company, Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts and the crew. Yeah, more people will definitely be paying attention to the Dodgers next season. Also, not just the New York Yankees, but now the New York Mets. Oh, man, it's going to be fun. Dodgers, Yankees, Mets. Also, you've got the other teams that are following suit, like the Boston Red Sox, like the Philadelphia Phillies, like the Houston Astros, also the Seattle Mariners. They're up and coming once again. So this season was a lot of fun, and next year I think is going to top that and then some. But again, congratulations to the 2024 World Series champion, Los Angeles Dodgers. All right, so before we get on out of here, I just want to give you the end of the season awards in Major League Baseball. So congratulations to the National League Rookie of the Year award winner, Paul Skeens from the Pittsburgh Pirates. And in the American League, Luis Gil from the New York Yankees. Manager of the Year in the National League, representing the Milwaukee Brewers, Pat Murphy. And from the Cleveland Guardians in the American League, Stephen Vogt. National League Cy Young Award winner belonged to Chris Sale from the Atlanta Braves. And in the American League Cy Young Award winner is Tarek Skubal from the Detroit Tigers. The National League MVP, no surprise, from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Shohei Ohtani. And from the American League MVP, representing the New York Yankees, Aaron Judge. So we move over now to our Gold Glove Award winners. The Gold Glove Award winners these awards go to the player that played the best defense at their respective positions. So let's start off with the Gold Glove Award winners in the National League. At pitcher, from the Atlanta Braves, Chris Sale. At catcher, from the San Francisco Giants, Patrick Bailey. At first base, from the Arizona Diamondbacks, Christian Walker. At second base, from the Milwaukee Brewers, Bryce Terang. At third base, from the San Francisco Giants, Matt Chapman. At shortstop, from the Colorado Rockies, Ezequiel Tovar. At left field, representing the Chicago Cubs, Ian Happ. At center field, representing the Colorado Rockies, Brenton Doyle. From the Milwaukee Brewers, at right field, Sal Frelick. At the utility position, representing the Pittsburgh Pirates, Jarrett Triolo. Also, the team award in the National League with the Gold Glove Award winner, the best team on the defensive side went to the Milwaukee Brewers. And at the Platinum Glove position from the Milwaukee Brewers, Bryce Terang. Let's move over to the American League. At pitcher, from the Kansas City Royals, Seth Lugo. From the Seattle Mariners, Cal Raleigh. Representing the Minnesota Twins at first base, Carlos Santana. At second base, from the Cleveland Guardians, Andres Jimenez. At third base, representing the Houston Astros, Alex Bregman. At shortstop, from the Kansas City Royals, Bobby Witt Jr. At left field, from the Cleveland Guardians, Stephen Kwan. At center field, from the Toronto Blue Jays, Dalton Varsho. At right field, from the Boston Red Sox, Wilyer Abreu. At the utility position, from the Seattle Mariners, Dylan Moore. The team that was the best defensive team in the American League, that went to the Toronto Blue Jays. And the Platinum Glove goes to Cal Raleigh from the Seattle Mariners. We move over now to the Silver Slugger Award winners. Let's start off in the National League. At designated hitter, from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Shohei Ohtani. At catcher, from the Milwaukee Brewers, William Contreras. At first base, from the Philadelphia Phillies, Bryce Harper. At second base, from the Arizona Diamondbacks, Ketel Marte. At third base, from the San Diego Padres, Manny Machado. At shortstop, from the New York Mets, Francisco Lindor. At outfield, we had Teoscar Hernandez from the Los Angeles Dodgers. And from the San Diego Padres, Jackson Merrill and Jurickson Profar. At the utility position, Mookie Betts from the Los Angeles Dodgers. And the best team in the National League with the Silver Slugger Award winner, the Los Angeles Dodgers. We move over to the American League now. At designated hitter, Brent Rooker from the Oakland A's. At catcher, Salvador Perez from the Kansas City Royals. At first base, from the Toronto Blue Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. At second base, from the Houston Astros, Jose Altuve. At third base, from the Cleveland Guardians, Jose Ramirez. At shortstop, from the Kansas City Royals, Bobby Witt Jr. At the outfield, we had representing the New York Yankees, Aaron Judge, and the former Yankee, Juan Soto, and representing the Baltimore Orioles, Anthony Santander. At the utility position, Josh Smith from the Texas Rangers. And the Silver Slugger Award winner for Team Award goes to the New York Yankees. And now let's move over now to the All-MLB team. So the All-MLB first team, starting pitchers from the Baltimore Orioles, Corbin Burns. From the Atlanta Braves, Chris Sale. From the Pittsburgh Pirates, Paul Skeens. From the Detroit Tigers, Tarek Skubal. From the Philadelphia Phillies, Zach Wheeler. Relief pitchers from the Cleveland Guardians, Emmanuel Clase. And from the St. Louis Cardinals, Ryan Helsley. The designated hitter from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Shohei Ohtani. At the catcher position, representing the Milwaukee Brewers, William Contreras. At first base, from the Toronto Blue Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. At second base, representing the Arizona Diamondbacks, Ketel Marte. At third base, representing the Cleveland Guardians, Jose Ramirez. Kansas City Royals, Bobby Witt Jr. And the outfield, from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Mookie Betts. From the New York Yankees, Aaron Judge. And the former New York Yankee, Juan Soto. And the All-MLB second team, starting pitchers from the San Diego Padres, Dylan Cease and Michael King. From the Chicago Cubs, Shota Imanaga. Representing the Kansas City Royals, Seth Lugo. And from the Houston Astros, Framber Valdez. The relief pitchers from the Oakland A's, Mason Miller. And from the Texas Rangers, Kirby Yates. The designated hitter from the Houston Astros, Yordan Alvarez. At the catcher position, Salvador Perez from the Kansas City Royals. At first base, representing the Philadelphia Phillies, Bryce Harper. At second base, representing the Houston Astros, Jose Altuve. At third base, representing the San Diego Padres, Manny Machado. At shortstop, representing the New York Mets, Francisco Lindor. And the outfield, Jarren Duran from the Boston Red Sox, Teoscar Hernandez from the Los Angeles Dodgers, and Jackson Merrill from the San Diego Padres. Also, some other awards to pass along to you. The Sporting News Player of the Year award winner went to Shohei Ohtani from the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Comeback Players of the Year for the National League, representing the Atlanta Braves, Chris Sale, and representing the American League, Garrett Crochet from the Chicago White Sox. The Edgar Martinez Award for Best Designated Hitter, that was awarded to Shohei Ohtani. The Hank Aaron Award winner in the National League, that went to Shohei Ohtani, and for the American League, Aaron Judge. The Roberto Clemente Award for Humanitarian Efforts, that was awarded to Salvador Perez from the Kansas City Royals. The Mariano Rivera American League Reliever of the Year Award winner to Emmanuel Clase from the Cleveland Guardians. And the Trevor Hoffman National League Reliever of the Year Award winner, that went to Ryan Helsley from the St. Louis Cardinals. The Heart and Hustle Award winner went to Bobby Witt Jr. from the Kansas City Royals. And the Warren Spahn Award for Best Left-Handed Pitcher, that went to Chris Sale from the Atlanta Braves. And that's it. Those are your season award winners, and certainly we do. Shohei Ohtani would win it for the National League in terms of the MVP award, and Aaron Judge had a monster regular season, with him winning the American League MVP. Also, Paul Skeens. The future's really bright for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Paul Skeens, if you knew about his time at LSU, was a part of the Tigers winning the College World Series, and he's so far so good. He's been able to make a smooth transition from college to the major leagues with him winning the National League Rookie of the Year. And the future is looking bright for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And also some other teams that we need to look out for, too, as well. I mentioned Seattle earlier. I mentioned the Cleveland Guardians. We have to also pay attention to not just the Seattle Mariners, but pay attention to the Kansas City Royals and the Baltimore Orioles. Those two teams had phenomenal years, and they could make some noise in 2025, and certainly have to keep our eyes out on them. I know everybody's going to be paying attention to the New York Mets, and rightfully so, with Juan Soto and company, but there's a lot of other teams that are going to have something to say about that in 2025. And that's it. That wraps up another season of Extra Base Hit, and what an amazing season it was in 2024. Until next time, everybody, I'm Ed Robinson saying so long and talk to you later. Have a great one.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning into the channel. Remember to click like, share, and subscribe, and thank you for watching.